Good morning, Philippines. I'm Jovjin Anlay and this is SBD News Report. Today we are talking about Tqm Services. More than 60 million people work in the service industry in the USA. The more complex of the international economy, the more the services needed to address problems in sectors such as law, health, accounting, and education, which are some professional service areas that parallel store, financial institution, and charitable organization. Service industry and quality. Service can be defined as any primary or complementary activity that does not directly produce a physical product. The non-goods parts of transactions between the buyer, customer, and the seller as provider. Quality has traditionally been related to the manufacturing industry. Due to the improvements in technology and automation over the last century, more and more of the workforce in both of developing and developed nations have shifted towards the service industry. This trend will be continued. It is therefore important to understand the special characteristic or quality as applied to the service sector. Services and products have similarities as well and difference. In services, how the service is provided in the more important, whereas in the products, the customers consider that will being provided. Quality in the service organization is a measure of the extent to which a services delivered meets and customer value in the service industry. Service standards are more demanding because customers are becoming increasingly sensitive to the quality. The focus has shifted from the efficiently manufactured service item toward the more flexible model of responding and the more quality-sensitive customer. At the Ruber cards, they use the term extraordinary customer satisfaction to express their focus on the customer. The system has moved from the closed systems in the old design organization to the open system and new design incorporating the customer requirements at the center of their operation. Defining service quality. Quality is much easier to define when manufacturing products. Manufacturing quality may simply involve conformance to the specification. A manufacturer can evaluate the level of product quality based on what they produce related to design specification. A defect occurs when the product fails to meet the set of specification. In the service, evaluating the level of quality is much more elusive. Quality specification of the services came from multiple sources, and these include the company and individual customer. The company presented specification as a standard operating procedures. And here are the two components of service system quality. First is the employee. The service system quality of an employee reflects their effectiveness and reliability in performing their duties and contributing to the overall success of our organization. Encompasses factors such as skill, productivity, and teamwork. Next is the information technology. The service system quality of the information technology refers to the overall effectiveness and reliability of IT services in meeting user needs of the expectation. Encompasses factors like availability, responsiveness, and security.
Nag-study na ka sa exam?
Wala pa ko ay.
Nga naman, waka nag-study nga. Karoon na ba atong exam? Ay, tuwa silang kuan o pakaldo at kuan sa nako ha, kada
Sige.
Ha, balik ako. Uy guys, nag-study na mo for exam karon?
Wala.
Ano man?
Wala na kasabot.
Nag-study nga, makasabot.
Wala gid may kasabot.
Saan ako, Bi?
Laban gid ulo.
Saan na, uy? Ikaw, isagdan ko. Mga higala, nangita ba ka og pampaputi, pampagwapa, pampahami sa imong dagway, palit na sa among produkto, epektibo kaayo. We deliver on our promises. Fast, friendly sport, ever message a brand and heard back a week later, not here. Our team is available 24/7. Inspire confidence. Everything we sell is dermatologist approved. Personalized attention, we don't believe in one size fits all. Tell us your skin type in the chat and I'll give you customized product suggestions. That's empathy, babes really saying you. Again, the details, even our thank you notes are handwritten. Tangibles like that show you were not just another brand, work, your skincare, good looking. Palit na!
Palit ka ko, ani ba? Ay, may mga bad comments ba? Mga di malahi ang mga product pag-abot. Ba't baka ko, ani, di na lang. Okay. Hi guys, pwede na usap siya.
Kung dili pa kaayo.
Ano ba i-share ba about sa survey call? Survey call is used to measure the quality of service in a business like hotels, hospitals, banks, etc. It helps companies understand how well they meet customer expectations. So, napot siya hindi makaka.
Gap. Ay, hala na ako'y nakita ganina. Katong ipakita ni Kuan ba? Nga, katong sa TikTok, nga na ay nag-comment daw kuno nga kanang wala, dili. Sa to, dili pariha ang product na niabot sa ilaha. So, ma-apply mo siya dahil more connected yapon kay ang kaning Gap 5 about siya sa customer expectation versus experience. So, ang problem daw diari kay ang customer feels the service didn't match what they expected. So, ana atay Gap 1. Oh, atay Gap 1. Customer expectation versus what management thinks. So, ang problem diari ang mga managers wala kayo nila nasabtan kung unsa gito ang ang gusto gid sa mga customers. So, ano ka ha? Tungod kay ang kanang mga managers wala kay sila nagluog research sa kanang for communication or kanang ingana kaning Gap 2 side what management thinks versus service standards. So, ang problem di ay kung even if managers know what customers want, they don't set clear service standards. So, ano ka ha? Because of lack of commitment, poor planning, thinking it's too hard na buhaton. So, sa Gap 3, standards versus actual service. So, ang problem di ay nga Gap kay kaning service nga ilang i-provide, dili siya gamit sa standards. So, ano ka? Because confused roles nga, poor ang training, nga, bad ang teamwork, nga, wrong ang mga tools na ilang gigamit. Sa Gap 4, there is service versus what is advertised. So, ang problem di ay kay the company promises more than it actually delivers. So, more of ang problema di ay kay or ang ilahang internal communication or trying to impress customer with unrealistic promises. So, yung mauto ang Gap 5 di ay karon pa ko di ay mo karon na nasabtan na nako karon. Nasabtan na ninyo? Oh.
I am successful because I listen to the feedback and improve. Tools like customer satisfaction survey help me understand what customer needs and ensure I meet their expectations. By using customer satisfaction surveys, I am able to understand what's working well and where there's room for improvement. This direct feedback from customer allows me to adapt, refine my approach, and ensure I'm always meeting or exceeding expectations. Success isn't just about effort. It's about listening, adjusting, and delivering what people truly value.
Good day! This is Jana Janalpaca reporting for SBD Network. In our spotlight today, we turn to the evolving landscape of education and how institutions are striving to meet the growing expectation of their students. At the forefront of this discussion is the cervical model, an approach that identifies gaps in education service delivery. According to the cervical frameworks, there are 5 gaps that may arise between educational service providers and their students. Gap 1. Between customers' expectations and management's perceptions of customers' expectations. It highlights the disconnect between what students expect and what administrators perceive those expectations to be. For example, in technical courses like computing and design, students may expect more hands-on practice while institutions may focus more on academic theory. Gap 2 between management's perceptions of customers' expectations and service quality specification. It explores the difference between how management understands students' needs and how services are actually specified. This often results in misaligned priorities between students' expectations and institutional delivery. Gap 3 between service quality specifications and service delivery pinpoints the inconsistency between module design and actual teaching delivery. In many cases, modules are designated by one educator but delivered by another, leading to variation in content and execution. Gap 4 between service delivery and external communication to customers. It concerns the way institutions communicate with students without proper channels for feedback and updates. Students may feel disconnected or misinformed. And finally, Gap 5 between customers' expectations and perceived services. It deals with the difference between what students expect and what they perceive they actually receive. To address these concerns, it emphasizes the need for constant review, effective communication, and continuous improvement in its service delivery. For SBD News, I am Jana Janal Paca. Stay informed and keep striving for excellence in education.
Good day, everyone. To continue our lessons from the previous days, today we will talk about the 9 lessons to improve service quality. So first, by listening. Continuously gather and analyze customer feedback. Customer expectation evolve, and consistent listening ensures service stay aligned with needs. Second, reliability. Do what you promise every time. Customers value dependability above all else in service. Third, basic service. Focus on fundamental foundations, honesty, information, and follow-through. Without a strong foundation, service features are meaningless. Fourth, service design. Look at the service from a system perspective, not just imports. A seamless experience requires attention to both the big picture and the details. Fifth, recovery. Make it easy for customers to complain and respond quickly. Effective recovery can turn dissatisfaction into loyalty. 6. Fair play. Be transparent and fair with both customers and employee. Perceive fairness build trust and long-term relationship. 7. Teamwork. Encourage collaboration and shared responsibility for service. Service quality improves when employees are united by a common purpose. 8. Employee research. Use employee insights to identify root cause of service issue. Frontline staff often have valuable, overlooked perspectives. 9. Service leadership. So leaders must prioritize service quality through visions, designs, and support. A service-oriented culture begins at the top. To learn those lessons effectively, organizations need to establish the following foundational elements. First, a visionary leader. There should be a leader who has a clear idea of where the company is going and inspire others to aim high and serve customers better. Second, setting high performance standards. They should create goals that push everyone to do their best, not just do the minimum. It's about aiming for great service and not just okay service. Third, management, commitment, and support. The top bosses need to care about service quality and show it by giving time, money, and encouragement to make improvements. Fourth, preparing the employees. Train and guide staff properly so they know how to help customers solve problems and do their job well. Fifth, system for addressing customer complaints. Have a clear and easy way for customers to give feedback or complaints, and make sure someone follow-ups to fix the problem. 6. System for monitoring service quality. Keep track of how well the company is doing when it comes to customer service. These help each other catch problem early and make things better over time. And that's all for today, mga kachikas. Thank you.
So karon nakasabot na mo sa ating exam karon about TQM. At least na may nakuha nga gamay, di ba? Ready na mo sa exam, guys?
Who are you?
Bana!